Hello, good morning. How are you all? I hope you all are feeling good and feeling better day by day. Now, let us ask God to help us and bless us, right? Oh God, help us, bless us, and guide us. Keep us safe from all harm and danger. Bless us, bless our thoughts, words, and actions, and help us to study well. Bless our all near and dear ones. Thank you, God. Children, so we are already in the new year and we have to start, right? We already finished a poem, The Vagabond, and I hope you found it interesting. Now today we will go forward and we will start a chapter, right? We will start a lesson. And the name of the lesson is Three Men in a Boat. Now here, Jerome, he is the writer of this lesson. And he criticizes this lesson how men can be more lazy, man can be more stressed out, how man is inactive, he feels lazy, he feels like he is not well, he feels sick about himself. This lesson is all describing about all that. Now children, we have a small note in the beginning of the lesson that we have to be health conscious, we have to be healthy, we have to eat. Now to be healthy, what do we have to do? We have to eat healthy. Now how can we eat healthy? We have to choose healthy food over the fast food. But that is not all. First of all, when we wake up in the morning, we have to have a good breakfast, because the breakfast is the main energy which keeps running our body. But what happens if we don't eat breakfast? We have to have a proper breakfast, healthy breakfast, and your body keeps in proper shape and your body keeps healthy. But what if you don't eat breakfast? We see so many students in the morning, they just have a cup of milk or cup of tea or something, and then they don't eat proper breakfast. So what happens when you don't eat proper breakfast? When you don't eat proper breakfast, you can be affected with many diseases. Your body uses the previous day, like the dinner or whatever you have eaten, your body starts using the reserve energy which is stored in your body. And after that, your body starts feeling more tired, because the reserve energy is supposed to be there. Because when you wake up in the morning, your body is already feeling weak. You have something in your body called blood sugar which runs low, because you have eaten so many hours back, right? What time do we have dinner? We have dinner round about, like, some people have it like 7:38. Some people have it like 8:30, right? Or 9 o'clock, probably in the night. But then after that we go to bed, right? So when we go to bed, and then when we wake up in the morning, say you go to bed around about 10 o'clock and you wake up around 6:30, 7, whatever time. So many hours you are sleeping, right? So many hours. You are on a rest. Your body is at a rest. And your body is utilizing all the calories and all the nutrients from the food the body has captured, and it is storing. Since you are at a rest, your body is trying to put necessary energy at a reserve mode. Okay, so then what happens is, when you don't eat breakfast, your body, when you eat breakfast, your body gets energy, and your body is making food from that day, morning breakfast. But when you are not eating breakfast, your body is looking back to the previous day night dinner's energy, the reserve energy what is stored in the body. And once your body is using up the stored energy, the reserve energy, then your body starts feeling tired, you start feeling lethargic, you start feeling like all worried, stressed, like, you don't feel calm, because your body doesn't have enough fuel, right? So for that you need to eat proper breakfast. Okay, a proper breakfast keeps your body healthy. It helps you from lot of different sicknesses and diseases. It is said, right? You eat a breakfast like a king, You eat lunch like a queen and you eat dinner like a beggar. Means you should have a proper full breakfast. And then maybe you can eat a little less in the day, because probably you have eaten a lot during your breakfast. Probably you might not feel so hungry during lunch, right? But you eat something, whatever you eat, not so much, but you eat little less, or probably whatever the quantity is. But then later in the evening you should eat less. That is what is told, because in the night while sleeping, heavy stomach is also not good. So you should try to eat light, eat something light and you sleep, so that you can, when you eat something very heavy, what happens sometimes in the night? You don't get proper sleep, your stomach is like not feeling good, you feel burpy, you feel like your stomach is bloating, you feel like you're not feeling good sometimes. Yeah, you say my stomach is not feeling alright. Yes, it happens like that. So usually we say that you should eat light before you go to bed, so that you get a sound sleep and then you can wake up fresh next morning. So when you eat a healthy meal, you will stay healthy. Okay. Now this story is about three men and there is a dog together who is a silent listener to all the conversation. These men are like, they are like already at a certain age. Now this men have already reached a certain age, and it shows like these men are already at the stage of retirement. And these people are like working all the time. They are like workaholics, or they don't want to work, or they are at that certain age. So what happens is, when you overwork and you don't eat properly, you feel tired. When you wake up in the morning, you feel like you're not feeling good, you're feeling sick. Sometimes when you sleep late nights, if you have some project work or something, and when you are like struggling till late night, and when you wake up in the morning, how do you feel? You feel like suddenly you feel dizzy. You feel like when you wake up, you feel like you're about to fall down, right? Or when you wake up, like suddenly from your sleep, your mother is calling and she shakes you and you wake up, you feel like suddenly you might feel dizzy, you might feel like your system is not all right, something is wrong with you, like you feel like you will faint and fall down, or you might sometimes feel like vomiting, or you might feel like your head is zooming around, you might feel giddiness. Giddiness means your head is spinning around, you cannot balance yourself, right? So these men, they have all these symptoms. When they are waking up in the morning, they are not feeling good. So out of them, one who is there, his name is the person who is like the narrator of the story, who says, like who is the person who is like telling the story. He says that all of us, three friends, we are feeling almost the same, right? And then we are not feeling good, we are not feeling fit when we get up in the morning, and we feel like we are hardly able to stand. So they feel like, what is happening is, they feel like they are becoming sick, right? And the narrator, the writer of the story, he says, like suddenly he says, he reads the patent, the advertisements of the liver advertisement. Like for example, this medical wraps, they have this advertisements. They go to the doctors and all, and they they suggest medicines, right, for the patients. This is the new medicine, and it has so much good points, and it can cure the diseases and sicknesses and all that stuff. So here, these four people. Now, who are these four people? First is George, William Samuel Harris, and myself. And then the silent one I told you is Montmorency, their dog. Okay, who is a silent observer. So these are four characters in the story, out of which three are the main people, right? So all these three people, George Harris, his full name is William Samuel Harris, and the third is myself and the dog. Now the person, the narrator who is telling the story is, they are saying that they are feeling quite bad when they wake up in the morning, right? They are feeling, all of them, each one of them is describing how they are feeling when they are up in the morning and how bad they are feeling, right? So here they are saying that they feel silly, right? They feel silly when they wake up in the morning. As I told you, silly means unwell, not feeling good, not feeling well in the morning. Okay, what does giddiness mean? Giddiness means the feeling that everything is moving, so everything is spinning. Okay, so they feel giddiness at times, and they say that they don't know what is happening to them, they don't know what they are doing. Now the writer says that he feels that his liver is out of order. Now he says that he read one of that patent advertisement. Now this medical reps, when they suggest medicines, they read, right? Suppose you have this type of sickness, and you have, each sickness has such and such a symptoms, right? Like for example, when you have a cold and flu, what are the symptoms? Your nose is running, you feel itchiness, your nose is red, it's watering, and then you get a headache, you get a sore throat, right? You are coughing, you are sneezing, you feel feverish. So that is the symptoms of influenza, right? So similar way, he says that my liver is out of order. So, and he says that he just knew it, that it was really out of order. He never had gone to the doctor never proved it, no, the doctor never had a checkup of him, but then he decided for himself that his liver was out of order. And how did it happen? He read a patent liver pill circular. Now this medical wraps, they have certain advertisement sheets, right? So what this guy had done, he had just read everything about it, and whatever symptoms were mentioned, he felt like everything was happening to him. All the symptoms were coming from his body, that is what he was feeling. The way they described is dizziness, is feeling fainting, he'll fall down and this and that. Okay. So he feels like that. And he says that all the various symptoms which a man could tell when his liver was out of order, and he had them all. That is what he says. And he decided that for himself. Now, this was the most extraordinary thing, right? That for him, that he would never read such patents, like this advertisements about symptoms and what happens and about the sicknesses and all. Now, what happened was, he had never read such a medicine advertisement without, he was never impelled to do so. Yeah, he was never forced to do so. Impelled means to force. Without being impelled means nobody forced him. So without being impelled, he reached to a conclusion that he was suffering from a particular disease. Just that he read that patent medicine advertisement, he already concluded that he had some disease and his liver was not functioning, his liver was out of order, right? So there was no such diagnosis from the doctor, but yet he confirmed himself that his liver was out of order. Okay, so now what was happening is, he was confirmed that he was suffering from a particular disease, therein dealt with most virulent form. Now he was thinking that this virus for his disease had attacked him and he was not well. The diagnosis seems in every case to correspond exactly with all the sensations that I ever felt. Now I told you, he already concluded without any diagnostic reports from the doctor that all the symptoms what that advertisement said, he possessed them all, means he had them all, right? So children, whenever, this is something to learn. Whenever something happens to you, never Google, okay? We say that Google has an answer to everything, but when it comes to sickness or when you're not well, never Google something and then you find out some symptoms which you might just have a part of it. Probably it is something else, something very mild, but sometimes they give such such different explanations, and then it comes out to be such dreadful diseases. So whenever you are not feeling well, or for instance, if anybody is not feeling well, first thing we have to go to the doctor. We have to see the doctor. The doctor will decide actually what is wrong with us. The doctor will examine us. He will test us. If required, he will ask for some blood reports. And then let the doctor decide if something is wrong with us. If I am not feeling well, I should see the doctor, and the doctor has to decide what is wrong with me. I should not Google and then, oh my God, I have so much disease, and such a funny thing, no? You don't have nothing. It's just probably something what you ate which didn't digest and which created that bad burp or something, and you fall under assumptions that, my God, something is wrong, my kidney is not well, my liver is not well, and that is so funny, right? So always let the doctor decide what is wrong with you. You should not decide, since you are not the doctor, and no Google will decide that what is wrong with you, right? Okay. Now, he says further on, I remember going to the British Museum one day to read up the treatment for some sly ailment, and of which I had a touch. Hay fever, I fancy it was. I got down the book and read. Now what is he saying? When he went to the British Museum, that means this story is somewhere abroad, right? It's not in India. Now he says that when I went to the library, a museum, and I got a book to read, he had just some mild fever, right? Just some mild fever, which he said hay fever, just some mild fever. So he says that is what I fancied, that it was just a mild fever. But when I started reading about it, he started finding a lot of different things what might just slightly, might have some similar symptoms. But then what happened was, I read all I came to read, and then an unthinking moment, I idly turned the leaves and began indolently study diseases generally. Now what is indolently? It's lazily, because probably he was reading book which was dealing with all kinds of diseases and all kinds of sicknesses, right? So that means he was turning around the pages and he was reading all different kinds of about different kinds of diseases, different kinds of fevers, different kinds of sicknesses. So he was indolently reading about it, right? Indolently means he was lazily reading about it. Study diseases generally. I forgot which was the first. Distemper. What does distemper mean? Infectious disease. So he forgot which was the first distemper he read about. So that means he read quite a lot about the infectious diseases. So he forgot which was the distemper, which was the first one. I plunged into some fearful, devastating scourge, I know. And before I had glanced half down in the list of premonitory symptoms, it was borne in upon me that I had fairly got it. That means now, after reading all the stuff, he is wondering that he also has this type of symptoms. Devastating symptoms means it was very, very fearful, very, very dangerous sicknesses, right? I sat for a while, frozen with horror, and then, in the listlessness of despair,